Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where we get you caught up on some of the latest news and tidbits that are tied to our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes and to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, who have become members of the Browns' latest Dog Pound, and those of you who get your comments down there in the viewer comment section. Now, coming up on today's show, the offense, well, it is downright offensive, and it is on pace to make NFL history. The defense, on the other hand, they're on pace to make some history themselves, but the kind of history you like to see your team make. We also may be watching the best NFL draft class in NFL history as well, and I have some proof to back it up. And in the viewer comments, Shadeur Sanders opening up about waiting his turn and his shot at QB1. But first things first, let's talk about Detroit. Oh boy, let's turn our attention to the people like to call them the Motor City Kitties. I'm not a big fan of that, but people say it. But Detroit, after that game last night, I feel a little bit better about some things. I think we can run on them. I think that they're vulnerable to tight ends, and if we can get something out of the quarterback, I think there's chunk plays to be had there. But, we're going to talk more about the offense in a minute. But their offense is scary. So the offense is definitely going to have to do something this week. The big news, though, Dwan Jones out for the season. Kevin Stefanski announcing that yesterday, that knee injury, you knew it wasn't good. It looked like he hyperextended it when he got hit. And they're going to send that play to the league to see. It doesn't really do us any good now, but no, they don't think that the player was doing anything ill will or on purpose. He was just trying to get low on him. And unfortunately, that knee injury sends our left tackle to surgery, and he's done. So Conklin's still day-to-day. Maybe we'll get him back this week. That would help a little bit. I will say this about the offense. The one thing they did do, I forgot to mention this yesterday, setting up that field goal at the end of the game, that was great execution. They hit Njoku on that pass in the middle, and everybody was losing their mind. We thought we were going to run out of time and for them to get up and spike it and everything. I got to give them credit for that. All right, I'll give them credit for that. And then how about, and Schmidt in his third game, especially after it happened, what happened against Cincinnati, for him to kick that field goal was something else. But this Detroit team, and we got to go to their place. We got them on a short week. Hopefully that means something. But we are going to just have to do something on offense. And right now, this offense is historically offensive. It's just offensive. Look at these numbers. Oh, boy. 30th, 23rd, 15th, 29th, 12th. Not good, folks, these offensive rankings. So, and when you look at these numbers, keep these numbers in mind when I show you this next graphic, because we got to start worrying. Because right now, this offense is on track to be one of the worst in NFL history. Here's some of the worst. The 2006 Oakland Raiders, they just scored 100. They only had 160 points. They averaged 10 points a game. That was the worst since the 1970 AFL-NFL merger. The 2018 Cardinals averaged 14 a game. Right around that's right where we're at. Same with the 2012 Kansas City Chiefs. They were at 13 points a game. They had a 2-14 record that year. A couple of others, two San Francisco teams, the 2005 San Francisco team and the 2007 San Francisco team, both finished at the bottom in most offensive metrics. They averaged about 14 points a game. And so even San Francisco had years like what we're having right now on offense. And so something has got to give with this offense this week if we're going to keep up with Detroit. The defense, though, gets an A+. Maybe the defense can do enough to shut down Detroit, but that two-back, that whole thing they got going scares me. That 98-yard drive they put together in the first half last night, they ate up clock. They can do a lot of things on offense. I think their defense is vulnerable, though. So, but we got to have an offense to counter that. And right now we don't. We have an opportunity this week to put up some points. And the defense, though, here, look at the numbers. Through 3 weeks, the Browns lead the league in fewest total yards per game at 204. Rushing yards allowed per game. They're fourth in passing yards and third in sacks with 11. 9 different Browns defenders have registered at least a half sack. That is tied for most by a team in the NFL. They're doing everything. They're doing everything, if not good, great, or outstanding. Take any adjective you want to use that is good. You know, I mean, they dismantled Chase Brown, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I mean, these are, now we're going to get, I mean, did we sign up to like face all the greatest running backs in the NFL right now in the first, 5 or 6 weeks of the season? For the love of God. There hasn't been anybody to show that they can run on us. But here, look at this. Talk about making history. As bad as the offense is and going to make its own. Look at this. We're on pace to make history, too, with the defense. We're right up there with the 2006 Baltimore Ravens. If we can keep this up, they gave up 12.6 points per game. Lowest mark in the past 20 years, that team. And they led the NFL in almost every major defensive category, finished 13-3. The Seattle Seahawks in 2013, the Legion of Boom allowed just 14 points a game. And they went to the Super Bowl and dominated, led the league in takeaways. That's one area where we still need to improve. The season, it's still early, though. Still early in the season. And we got one the other day, helped us win that game. So that could be a huge difference maker, too, if we can improve on that as the season goes along. 2008 Steelers only gave up 13.9 points per game. That was the best pass defense in the modern era, according to the experts. And the 2015 Broncos, led by Von Miller, allowed 18.5 points. So that's when we're kind of in there. But that Baltimore game is what's causing our average to go up, and that's not on the defense. So hopefully it'll keep coming down. But they gave up 18 points again, but they ranked first in total defense and sacks, and that's where we are right now. These are teams that went to the Super Bowl, folks. We are doing things that Super Bowl defenses do, and that is why all we got to do is muster up a little bit, just a little bit of offense, and we're going to be fine going down the stretch. You can't help but think that. We're right there. The other thing that's great, and the other thing that's making history, we may have we could end up by the end of the season with the best draft class in NFL history, too. How do I know that? Well, I did some digging. I wanted to know who was considered to have the best draft class ever. And I did more. I dug and I dug and I dug. And if you know of one that's better than this, than what I found, please put it in the comments. I want to hear from you. But the 2012 Seattle Seahawks draft class is often considered to be the single best draft class an NFL team has had in the last 20 years. That legendary group, Russell Wilson was a part of it, Bobby Wagner, Bruce Irvin, and then some other contributors that fueled that run to the Super Bowl, that Legion of Doom. They had a little bit of everything in there, and it sounds a lot like us, right? I mean, we got the 2 quarterbacks in this draft, but Mason Graham, Judkins, Sampson, Schlesinger. Every single one of these guys is contributing in a big way. And so if they keep going the way they're going, Andrew Berry might have just pulled off the greatest draft class in NFL history. Not just this year, NFL history at this point. So something to keep your eye on as the season rolls along. So we could have the best draft class, but we know we always have the best viewer comments. And today we start with Dorian. And the big debate all week is going to be how long should Joe Flacco be in there on Sunday? We already know he's going to start. But the question is, how long will he last? And Dorian says, I'm not sure they should make a change before they go to London and play Minnesota. Keep Joe in there for next week's game at least. While you're getting him, I would just have a very short leash on him. But it's Stefanski. So John Cagill says, I'm a Browns fan from birth, and I would play Flacco. John, I can't agree with you on that. Can't agree with you. I did say give him last week and this week, and then that's it. This has got to be the last week for Flacco starting. It has to be, because we can't take it anymore. I mean, you even watched golf last night. I mean, he can move enough. Like, he moves enough. Like, Flacco just can't move at all anymore now. I mean, he's got nowhere. He's got nothing to do. Like, there's nothing he can do. So, not good. We're going to, at some point, need some mobility back there. I like his arm. He's still got a pretty strong arm, but the mobility factor is it's a liability, and the play calls that we make for him do not help him. That combination is just lethal. The Stefanski play calls with Flacco back there, not a good combination. Boo Gaines says, I hope they can switch it up, because as long as Flacco's there, they are not going to play anybody else. It's Stefanski, which I thought was a great Stefanski's call. He believes Old Man Joe is the piece. He should still be fired along with Andrew Berry, and also the owner needs to sell the team, Haslam, and I knew everything would be better. Well, Andrew Berry, I think, at this point, is earning him. A lot of people are singing his praises for this draft. And, I mean, a lot of Browns fans. Everybody I talk to, especially Sunday, everybody's taking notice. And so I think Andrew Berry, Stefanski's the one, though. He has got to, I mean, the hot seat is going to be getting hotter and hotter and hotter if this offense doesn't start doing something. And so, like I said, for right now, I want him to give up the play calling. Let Reese handle the whole offense, because it's brutal. And we got to get Flacco out of there. At somebody, although who knows if Reese is calling the plays with Flacco, it might be better. Maybe we run quick passes, or maybe we run the ball. Detroit ran the ball more in the first half last night than we did the entire game on Sunday. You know why? Because it was working. It's not that difficult to figure out. And oh yeah, and guess what? You know where Goff was killing Baltimore last night? In the short middle, which I was screaming up and down for us to do last week, and we were too busy throwing deep balls to Judy. Unbelievable. It's so easy. It's so frustrating. Flacco's confidence is still shot, in my opinion. I don't think he's so worried. We're so busy dropping him back so far. He's so worried about getting sacked or throwing a pick. I said he's got nothing. He's got no confidence left whatsoever. You got to give, it's like you need a slump buster, like in baseball, right? You lay down a bunt or something, when you're getting a slump. You just got to get the bat on the ball. Just get that feel. Give him some quick, like a rookie. Treat him like a rookie quarterback. Quick passes. Because you got to get his confidence back if you have any hope of him going beyond this game on Sunday. James Edwards, G6N. Flacco had almost nothing to do with the win on Sunday. Other than just throwing that pass to Njoku and getting everybody ready and spiking the ball at the end. Yeah, no, he had nothing to do with the win. It was 60% defense, 20% running, and 20% special teams. Yes, Stefanski had nothing to do with the win. He is not the reason we won. I'll throw him in there along with Flacco. Stefanski was the reason we almost lost. That's what Stefanski did. Supernatural Inc. says the defense performed once again as a whole. Schmidt showed up. The running game with Judkins was solid. I agree. We have as solid of a punter as anyone in the league. He is an android. Supernatural. Tight ends are good. We need upgrades at wide receiver, but again, it's functional. He is right. The offensive line is serviceable, especially when we're running the ball. These guys can run block. Until proven otherwise, I'm going to keep saying that. I think it's the pass blocking that's the problem, because we're asking them to block too long. Why not begin incorporating the rookie quarterbacks into the mix and start evaluation process in the field? Even with the win, Flacco, again, was Flacco, and he is not the move. 13 points a game will not cut it. Exactly right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the rookies could do any worse, to be honest. I mean, especially after watching what happened on Sunday. I mean, they can't do any worse. Okay, here's what we teased at the top about Shadeur. Carnivore Sisters 8022 says, good luck still. The Browns won't win until Shadeur plays his QB1. And Shadeur was asked about it after the game, being patient and having to wait. I thought he had a great answer, but Dion went on that In the Heights podcast with the Kelsey brothers, and he made it seem like it was breaking news that Philly wanted Shadeur. We knew that. That's why the Browns traded the 2 picks to get in front of Philly, because they knew Philly wanted to take him. So we had to get in front of Philly, and so we traded the 2 picks, and we got in front of them and took Shadeur because we wanted him. And I don't know why that everybody. It seemed like he was trying to make it seem like it was breaking news, but it wasn't to me. But one thing that Dion said, he said, he doesn't like that Shadeur is sitting. He said, I never sat on the bench and said, boy, I learned a lot today. But Shadeur, in an interview for Cleveland.com, said this. He said, this is something my dad used to say. He says, if you're up there doing something every day, you better be getting better at it. Everything we do in this building is a learning thing. It's learning every day. I'm in a great position to be sitting back, understanding the game plan, understanding everything that the NFL is. And, Dion's got to pick a side here because, in the Heights podcast, and I know it's a show, I talk about it here. It's still the entertainment value that I try to provide, for everybody who watches, along with the information. But, for Dion to say, I never sat on the bench and, said, boy, I learned a lot today. But then you got Shadeur saying, I'm learning a lot. I'm soaking it all in, and what it's about to be in the NFL. I'm sitting back. I'm understanding the game plan and taking all that in. So yeah, I think there's still a lot to learn when even though you're not playing, but he's getting the reps at practice, and so and so is Dylan Gabriel. So it's not like you're just sitting there on a stump doing absolutely nothing. So I just think again, Shadeur, the media game, absolute pro. And so, his time is going to come. And I think this is the one smart thing the Browns have done so far is to just try and keep these rookie quarterbacks on the sideline. But unfortunately, Flacco, he's not abided by his role. And so we're going to get to him a little faster than we hoped. But Dion said himself, he predicted that, you'll see Shadeur playing quarterback for the Browns. And I agree. You're going to see both of them. We'll get through Gabriel, and then we'll get to Shadeur, and we'll go on with the rest of our lives. It's coming, folks. It's coming. But I thought that what Shadeur said was spot on, right on the money. And the more he talks, the more I love him. I can't help it. He always says the right things. Okay, and we'll end on this. Young Among 7618, who says, everyone hated on the GM so badly, but he drafted perfectly. The only person who's the problem is the head coach and his offensive inability. I almost feel like I could have written that viewer comment because Young Among, did we just become best friends? I 100% agree. And I'm telling you, a lot of people loving this draft class. And now I am dead serious when I tell you this could end up being the best draft class in NFL history. So Andrew Berry may have just won the entire Browns nation back over because people have been calling for his head for years because of the Watson thing and some other, Jed Wills, let's draft a right tackle and stick him where he was terrible, and some of the other picks we've made along the way and the decisions, Baker and things like that. But he may have saved himself with this draft because boy, oh boy, they are just playing. Whew, boy, oh boy, are they playing. They are something else. And we're going to need them all come Sunday because Detroit is right now. It is Detroit week already. And the good thing is we got them on a short week. We're going to talk about that tomorrow and how that could be an advantage for us and some other things. I've got some reasons for you to be excited to play Detroit, right? Got to be excited. Football's fun. Man, everybody thought Green Bay was going to kill us. Didn't happen. And we should have beat Baltimore. So there you go. And we should have beat Cincinnati. So positive thoughts, positive vibes going in. We have some advantages going in, especially after watching that game last night. We'll break it all down as the week goes on. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, wait, hold on. We're going to hear that a ton on Sunday. I feel it. Here's your first bold prediction for the week. We're scoring at least 2 touchdowns on offenses. That's my first bold prediction. I'll save the rest of them for Saturday with the predictor pattern. Or I'm sorry, Sunday. Saturday's predictor pen, Sunday's bold predictions. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns. We'll see you next time.